got situated. I don't think anyone else is gonna come up and mess with me now and stuff. Not expecting any kind of phone calls. So this is the Q&A section where I answer any and all your questions pertaining to trucking. So have your questions ready. As you guys come in here and stuff, give me an audio check, let me know everything is good. I guess I'm gonna put out a couple things and stuff, until you guys send a question my way and stuff. And so, I was wondering, right? I was wondering why I got lumped in, right? I was wondering why I got lumped in and stuff. It's like, all right, Mr. Brew, what's going on with you? I was wondering why I got lumped in and stuff, and so I had a chance to see what was going, get a feeling and stuff, and now I see why. Now I see why I got lumped in, guys. I'm starting to notice this commonality, right? I'm starting to notice this commonality, and so like I tell people, I'm like, man, if you're such a fan of the people that you follow, then you should understand what their whole itinerary was and stuff from the beginning when they started their page. And that's why I say I don't knock them. Okay, well, I don't want to speak on this person here because they telling the truth. When you tell the truth, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Sit there and say, okay, yeah, this person up here is lying? They're lying or whatever? No, I mean, if you're a fan, like I told people, man, do your research, do your due diligence. You got to go back and stuff, man, to see, a lot of these guys that when they started their page, they let you know what their itinerary was, and now they're at that point. They're at that point and stuff, and so, oh well, they're not supposed to be like that. Well, okay. Why did you feel that you can go to them to get any kind of information that was helpful? Just because they're in the truck or they're around the truck or they're doing some of the things that you're into, you depend on these guys here. Why? Because they're popular. Information is not a popular thing. Any business person know that. People of business. That's why you know very little about people who own industry. Yeah, we know all the millionaires, we know all the entertainers, but you don't know all the people. If I was to say, okay, who owns the NBA? Who are the key contributors to it? You know all the NBA players, but who owns the NBA? Couldn't tell you. Who owns the NFL? Who owns all these entertainment apparatuses and stuff that draws your interest in and stuff so much? You don't know. You couldn't tell. And see, that's why I say, business people, they're very unpopular. They're a very unpopular thing. That's why they can walk right out here amongst you and you won't even know who they are. Live now and be free. What's going on? You won't even know who these individuals are and stuff. You know all the entertainers, but you don't know the corporations and the people that are involved. What are those guys' names? What are they into? What's their net worth? You don't know. So, you look to entertainers to try to get information and stuff. And so every now and again, they sit there and they begin to divulge information. And now all of a sudden, they're supposed to be doing it on a consistent basis. And that's not what it is. It's not what it is, man. I mean, they didn't get those numbers by being informal. But you want to lump everybody in and say, okay, well, Red Rooster, you roll with that crowd there and stuff, right? I'm like, no, I know who they are. I'm familiar with them. But as far as my platform and how I do things, I'm not in the entertainment business. I'm not in the entertainment field. And I tell people, look, when you call me with the one-on-ones and stuff, man, I'm like, when you start talking about other individuals, that's why I got to pump the brakes and stuff and say, man, look, okay, I thought we was talking about this particular issue, that particular issue. I'm not up here for gossip. I'm not up here for the gossip. You know. So don't lump me in with the entertainment crowd and stuff, man. You know. Don't lump me in with them and stuff, man. You go up there, you asking them questions, and they ain't answering the questions and stuff like that. When I said, like, look, a lot of times, man, you know, a lot of people sit there, they're in the field, but they really don't understand those questions of what you're asking. You see, you know, and for them to break into that, what's going to happen is they're going to start telling on themselves. They're going to start telling on themselves and stuff, man. So they just rather ignore you or tell you, okay, look, if you really want to know this stuff, then if you really want to know these things and stuff, then pay for it. And they know you ain't going to pay for it because it's two things and stuff that people don't have. Either if they getting the information for free, they ain't got the time to get it. And if you got to pay for the information, you can't afford it. So they're already anticipating the fact that, well, you know, you're not going to have those two things there. So they don't never have to break down into the one-on-ones. Never have to break down into the one-on-ones and stuff. And so, you know, like I said, it's even prevalent. It's even prevalent with the people I deal with. I ask you, say, okay, all right, you know, even now, I'm doing a Q&A, answering any question that's dealing with trucking, and I don't even have nobody here in the chat room. Not one person in here in the chat room. But everybody wants to reach out, and you know, they want to reach out. They have all these questions and stuff like that, and then, you know, when I make time, you ain't never got time. Then when I say, okay, all right, now I'm going to start charging you guys and stuff, oh man, I can't afford that. When they start setting these mentoring programs, I can't afford that. Then you find everything that's wrong. You find everything that's wrong why you can't get into this person mentoring program. Oh man, they charging too much money. They're charging too much money. Well, time is money. You don't want to make time. You don't want to make time for the free stuff. Do I know anything about box trucks? Somewhat. I mean, it's still the same. You know, it's still the same. I mean, you know, there are some. You know, there are a lot of differences in it, but you know, the premise of it and stuff, you know, it's no different than, you know, as far as like getting licensing and your authority and stuff like that. That all falls under the same. It all falls under the same umbrella. Whether you run a 6-wheeler, 18-wheeler, you know, some of the differences may be like, you know, how you file your heavy highway use tax. You know, little small variations and stuff, man. But again, very small. But for the most part, that's why, you know, anytime you go and start a business, it's best to go ahead and just get, you know, unless you know that you're going to stay in that particular area and stuff, it's just best to go ahead and get all your bases covered. Just like people getting their commercial driver license, you know, don't restrict yourself, right? Like getting a class, well, I'm going to go get a Class B CDL, right? But I'm going to truck driving school to get a Class B CDL. You might as well get you a Class A. Get you a Class A, and then if you want to, you got the Class A, which means it covers you on both sides, both A and B. And you know, you may want to say, all right, well, if the box truck thing don't work out for you and stuff, and you wanna step into something OTR, you already got the license. Instead of you having to go back to school and pay all this money and stuff again, right, for something that you could have went on here and took care of the first time, which covers everything. You know. So yeah, I mean, yeah, fire away, man. I mean, if I don't know, I'll tell you, hey, listen, I don't know. But the premise of it is, the premise of box truck operations and stuff is, it's the same as running you know, combination. You just save a little bit by, you know, if you get your own authority, then you save a little bit if you're going strictly on the boxes. I just did a PPP. I'm up to 25K. I'm just looking for some equipment to jump into. Okay, now, all right, you got your PPP, you got 25K. All right, that's wonderful. If you are talking about that you want to purchase a box truck, you're talking about you want to purchase a box truck, then there are some things that you need to take into consideration. Now, when purchasing equipment, that's the last thing you need to worry about. The last thing. It's not the first thing, it's the last thing. The first thing you need to worry about and stuff is what exactly you're going to do in the business of, doing boxes, right? Are you familiarized and stuff, man, are you familiarized with the business you're going to be getting into? What kind of lanes are you going to run? What kind of freight are you going to run? What are the requirements, right? Yeah, let's see. They have the same contract as, oh yeah, Preacher, okay, yeah. Exactly. So, you need it, those variations right there. What kind of freight you're gonna run, what kind of lanes you want to run, how long are you gonna be out there on the road and stuff like that, what type of freight you're gonna run, what kind of contract are they gonna give you. All these things and stuff are important because based on what you got set up is what's going to determine what kind of equipment you need to get. Because a lot of guys want to go get used trucks. They want to go get used trucks, but then the job requires something, man, where you got to have something a little new. You get over there, you get this truck, and now you're restricted because they're telling you that your equipment has to be a certain year to run this particular amount of freight. This particular type of freight. And it would have been a good contract for you and stuff, but you got this truck, and now everything has to be based upon the truck that you purchased. Get the business first, and once you get the business, then you get the equipment. Because once you got the business, that's going to be a determining factor about what, how your money comes in, how consistently it comes in, those sort of things there and stuff. It's going to be so consistent, right, that I just better go ahead and get me something new. And that way, I ain't got to be in the shops and stuff like that because I may not have no mechanic clientele set up right now. I don't know where to take my truck to in case this type of thing happens, this type of thing right here happens. So I might as well get me something with some warranty that, it can go the distance. And then when it get to popping and pooting, I can just go in and out. I'm in the shop, I'm out the shop. And, until I build up my clientele to a point to where I have mechanic clientels. That way, then you can say, well, all right, I can get me something a little used, right? Because that new truck, you just say, well, you're not trying to purchase it for the sake of ownership. You're getting it because it's a tool for you to go out here and do work. But as you begin to trucks and semis don't make the same. Actually, yeah, they do make the same thing. They do make the same thing. The difference is the operational cost. Because remember, a box truck, just because a box truck don't make the same as a semi truck, the money is still the same because you're not gonna make box truck, you're not gonna make semi truck money with a box truck. You're gonna make box truck money, with box truck money and stuff, the repairs and everything, they're not gonna be as high or as extensive as an 18-wheeler. The operational costs and stuff is not going to be as high. So that means that the people that do business understand that they factor all these things in. But at the end of the day, the net will be the same thing as the net will be the same thing as a person who operates an 18-wheeler will be. It don't seem that way and stuff, right? But it is that way. It is that way and stuff. You're just not going to make, just because you're not making 18-wheeler money with a box truck doesn't mean that the money isn't any different. The operational costs and stuff has to be considered. When you're going up and down the highway, your heavy highway use tax is going to be different. When you go through the tolls, your price is going to be different. Your miles per gallon going to be different. The fuel costs and stuff going to be different. Your PMs, all those things are going to be different. All those things are going to be different. So, it's not the same. It is the same and stuff as far as operational costs. The money at the end of the day is going to be the same, but the money that goes into it. Okay. Company driver box trucks and are they not the same? Okay, right. The variations is based upon what you do. Right now, a person that runs OTR, and stuff, man, versus a person that's in a box truck, local versus OTR, regional versus OTR. Yeah, it's gonna be different. Yeah, it's gonna be different and stuff, and those aspects there and stuff, because the jobs and stuff are some of the job things and stuff are different. Right. Okay, now the thing is, just because you're seeing it, right? Just because you're seeing it, that's the problem that we're running into right now. That's the problem that we're running into right now. Too many people are talking about that they're seeing it, but when it comes to proving it, they don't, when it comes to proving it, that's something different. When it's time for the rubber to meet the road and stuff, now all of a sudden you see a lot of people starting to do the backtrack and stuff, and they can put their money into other things to make it seem like that they're doing good, right? Okay, yeah, the guy might be sitting there driving a Porsche, or you might see the person in the house and stuff like that, but there are a lot of variations that go beyond that. Is he doing that business and stuff, and he's making it on his own? Because when we start trying to pull these guys together and stuff, right, and say, okay, let's get the 101s about how the stuff is done, now all of a sudden they ain't got time. Oh no, I ain't about to put that information out there and stuff. Okay, but then you're saying, okay, yeah, this is what I'm making, y'all. I'm seeing it up here on Instagram all the time. I'm seeing it up here on Instagram all the time and stuff about everybody got all these bot trucks and these hot shots and all this stuff here. Just because you see them in 3-piece suits and they got nice cars and stuff in the background and everything, one thing you never see them take a picture of is the actual equipment that they have. The actual piece of equipment that they have, because when you're a one truck, one trailer operation, you can have all that stuff. You can still get the same house, the same nice car, the big bank account. You can go on all these vacations if it's you that's out there, if it's you out there doing it. But then when it comes to your business, right, that's something else. That's something else. I say, man, they say, but when I start looking at that equipment, the equipment all used and everything. It's used equipment. But they want you to get up here and drive this truck. And then you get in it and things don't work out. Then they go get the next person. And so on. It's always a rotation, revolving door. That sort of situation there and stuff, right? But like I said, they dress nice. They got nice cars. You see the nice houses and all that stuff there. They talk about they even doing seminars and stuff like that. But then when you start, but they can post all the things that they have in their personal stuff to make it seem like they got all this money. But then when you look at their actual equipment, right, that you're going to go over there and drive and operate, now all of a sudden, the stuff, now they can't, they don't post what they actually have. They don't post what they actually have. Okay, what kind of truck are you guys, I'm going to come over here and work for you and stuff like that. What kind of truck am I driving? Truck all dirty. They won't even go in there and stuff and get the truck washed. They won't get it clean. Oh well, it's clean on the inside. It's clean on the inside. Outside don't look like nothing. And you're out here competing and stuff in a business where people have they're giving you brand new trucks right off the gate. Come on over here. Work for me. Get brand new pieces of equipment, brand new trucks, brand new trailers. This person over here got a used piece of equipment. Then you go to asking them, hey man, listen, something going wrong. Oh man, hey, just lump the truck on in here. Lump the truck on in here and stuff, man. I got somebody that can fix it. And you're up against You're up against corporations where you say, okay, look, the truck acting up. Okay, hey, listen, we're going to get you over here in the shop and stuff. And then once you get in the shop, we're going to put you up in the motel and pay you breakdown pay and all this other stuff there, when, you know, at the end of the day, it still don't amount to nothing. But the thing is that they're saying, okay, you're over here for the purpose of taking freight up and down the road. So you ain't, so when the truck doing with it, when the truck start acting up, get it on over here and stuff in the shop. Is it possible to start as an own operator with CDLs, no recent experience, semi, and would be, let's see, is it possible to start as an own operator with CDL with no recent experience, or would that be an issue of most insurance? No, there's not. If you don't have any experience and you want to be an own operator right off the cuff, that's not going to be an issue. That's not going to be an issue and stuff as far as you want to get into it to be an own operator. The problem is going to lie, however, the problem where the issue that you're going to have is, it's good to have experience, because there are, let's see, that's why I was looking at Box. I don't want to have to train at a mega carrier again. Okay, all right. Let's take it step by step. All right, number one. Now, if you want to be an own operator off the cuff with no experience and stuff, yeah, you can do that. The problem is not going to be, all right, the problems that you're going to run into and stuff is, number one, how to operate. You got to learn how to operate the business, and you got to learn how to operate the truck. So you got those factors right there that you got, those issues right there that you got to factor into the overall operation of your business. Okay? I got to learn the ins and outs and stuff, man, of the truck. I got to learn the ins and outs and stuff of routing. You know, where am I going to be going? You know, the cities and stuff like that, the type of highways, the type of terrain and stuff, where the truck stops are, the rest areas are, you know, learning the ins, you know, learning the operations, you know, learn the operations and stuff, man, of the hours of service, those things there and stuff. This is why it's good to start with the mega carrier, because you're learning as you're earning. You're learning as you're earning this stuff, so that once you get the experience, that's just another thing behind that you don't have to worry about. Then you can start breaking into the business aspect of things, because you know how to operate the truck. You know how, when certain things and stuff start going on with your truck, I know what to do if this issue come up, if that issue come up. And so this is what you pay attention to and stuff while you're working for the mega carriers. All right, if I run into this issue, run into that issue, and the truck has to go to the shop, all right, what did y'all diagnose? What was the diagnostics of the truck, right? What caused it? What caused the equipment to break down? What did I have to do and stuff in order to get the situation rectified, right? So that when you run into the issue and stuff for yourself, you'll know what to do. You know, learning the ins and outs and stuff of the cities, you know, learning the routes and stuff like that. There's a long way around things. There's a short way around things. And so when you learn those short ways, it begins to help you with the overall overhead of your business, where you used to pay this amount for fuel. Now you're paying this amount for fuel, because you understand how fueling works, how fuel taxes and stuff work, those things there. So if you're learning it based on somebody else's dollar, that's the best way to do it. Rather than going to it for yourself and have to learn all these things at one time, it becomes overwhelming. And once you become overwhelmed, that's when you can just want to step out of it and say, man, you know what? This ain't for me. This ain't for me and stuff. A good reference I always use is I don't know if you guys watch this movie called The 36 Chambers. You know, the 36 Chambers and stuff, right? You know, it's a martial arts flick. But you remember, all right, you remember and stuff that when I forget them, the character, you know, the actor that portrays the main role and stuff, his name is Gordo Liu. So Gordo Liu and stuff, right, is the main character. When he gets to the Shaolin Temple, right, when he gets to the Shaolin Temple and stuff, he been there for 2 years, and all he's been doing is like sweeping. He just been doing little meager jobs and stuff like that. And so he's talking to his teacher. He said, well, look, I understand that, I'm in here sweeping, but that's all I'm doing. I came here because I wanted to learn martial arts. And so what he didn't realize at the time is that even with him doing the little meager jobs around there, it was giving him enough skill to go in there and go into what was going to be the 30. It was really 35 chambers. So he told him if you wanted to learn martial arts, all you had to say was, yeah, okay. So there's 35 chambers here. Where do you want to start at? So Gordo Liu said, well, I want to start at the top. I want to start at the top chamber. So he went into 35th chamber, and in the 35th chamber were all the masters, all the grand masters and stuff. And so they began to ask the questions, and he didn't understand them. He didn't understand the questions and stuff, right? And so he got pushed out of the temple. And the reason why he got pushed out was symbolic, because it was based upon everybody in there had wisdom. And the wisdom was so overwhelming, he got pushed out. And it scared him. The power of that wisdom scared him. They didn't do anything and stuff, right, but opened up their eyes, and he got pushed back. And then he ran out the chamber stuff. He found his teacher. And he said, okay, how do you want to do it now? He said, man, I better start from the very first. So then he started going into every single chamber. Chamber 1, chamber 2, so on and so forth. He worked his way up. But the thing was, he was such a prodigy. He was actually completing the chambers and stuff a lot faster than what the other students and stuff would, what the other students or what a normal person would take to go through the chambers. But as he went through them and stuff, he mastered them. And so that's how it is and stuff in trucking. There's 35 chambers, and so when he mastered, they were like, all right, once he mastered it, he asked them, there are 35 chambers here. Which chamber do you want to be a master of? And he said, I want to start my own chamber, which is the 36th chamber. And that 36th chamber was, if anybody wanted to learn if they wanted to learn Shaolin Kung Fu, then they went to the 36th chamber. And so he gave them a quick breakdown and stuff, instead of them having to go through all the 35 chambers to help his country and stuff. And so my thing is that me, I'm like, and just consider me the 36th chamber. I'm the 36th chamber and stuff, So instead of you having to go through the whole steps of learning everything, I give you a basic understanding, right? And then once you got it for yourself, you can say, all right, well, this is where I'll start at. But starting with a mega carrier, right? Start with a mega carrier, you got to go through chamber 1. You got to go through chamber 1. And when you with that mega carrier, you begin to learn things and stuff, because your ultimate goal is to get to the 35th chamber, to master everything that there is in the trucking, in the trucking thing. You want to get a basic understanding and stuff. So in that, you're learning as you're earning. So you don't get comfortable just being in one chamber. Okay, well, I'm making money over here. They get me home and stuff when I want to be home. But your goal is that you want to. Your goal is ultimately having your own business. But you got to go through the steps. You can't just get out there and stuff and just throw yourself into it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that do it, but they had help prior to getting into the business. They either been around somebody and somebody was giving them the 101s and stuff like that, and or they said, get the business and I will be with you every step of the way in the business. So what you don't know, I'm gonna get you caught up to speed and stuff, so that you're not lacking, But that's the thing there and stuff. Yeah, if you want to be an own operator off the cuff, you can, but it's going to be very difficult. And the pitfalls and stuff of starting your own business right off the cuff is that people see it and they take advantage of it because they want to see how far along you are in business. And if you're not very knowledgeable about what you do, then that's when you're gonna be doing loads and stuff under par, like they're not giving you the average rate because you don't know what the average rate is. So you're doing this load way under par and stuff like that. Then you're doing so many so that when now it's time for you to start taking care of the maintenance inside the business, you ain't even got the money to take care of it. So then that's when people will come up and say like, daggone, ain't no money in this thing, man. I can't even afford to go buy no tires and no brakes. I can't even afford to put an oil change, or I can't even afford to wash my truck. But you're doing all these loads and stuff, right? But you don't understand how the business and stuff is actually supposed to be operating. It's just a bunch of people looking at you and taking advantage of you. Because this is a dog eat dog. It's a cutthroat business. So you don't want to run into those pitfalls and stuff there. So working for a mega carrier and stuff, it gives you the cover that you need necessary to get your knowledge up. And once you got your knowledge, man, then once you start to go for yourself, when people start offering you freight, you're like, okay, yeah, that's a good rate, I'll take it. Or no, I ain't doing that. Because man, come on, man. That load, no. Leave that thing right there where it's at, because it's gonna get you hemmed up and you're gonna wind up losing a bunch of money and stuff into it. And so, a lot of guys and stuff, and I noticed this with a lot of people, 'cause I noticed you said something about Amazon, right? I noticed you said something about Amazon, and see, Amazon is like the low-hanging fruit. It's real easy to pick and stuff, but the low-hanging fruit ain't always the best fruit to eat. And a lot of guys get over there in Amazon and they run their Amazon freight, and now it's time to take care of things and stuff with their equipment, and they ain't got no money. They can't wash the truck. They running, they're tired. They running recap tires, and they running recap tires and stuff. Truck just falling apart, but they actually can't take their truck anywhere to get it worked on. They forced to have to, learn a lot of that stuff themselves, and then ultimately the truck put them down. They're like, oh man, ain't no money in this crap. Ain't no money in this. So they the ones come up and tell you, man, just stay a company driver, man. Don't do that own operator stuff. Don't do that own operator stuff, cause man, you just gonna lose your money, and you're gonna lose your business and everything else. All because you trying to chase a dream because you saw somebody else saying, man, hey, look at me. Look at me, man. I'm making $20,000. I'm making $20,000, $30,000 a month. And you look, hey man, I want to do that too. I want to do that too, but then, when you want to chop it up with them, now they ain't got time. Hey man, dog, look, hey, I can't be telling you everything, man. I can't be telling you everything, man. Daggone, dude, I can't be telling you all that. When you run into people like that and stuff, that's because they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. They said, man, a hollow log makes a lot of noise. A hollow log makes a lot of noise and stuff, man. So, the other thing, sometimes you got, a lot of the people who actually know things, they're quiet. And the reason why they're quiet is not because they're not going to tell you nothing, it's because you just simply don't ask them. If you take a few minutes and stuff, man, and ask them, and you're really sincere about it, right? They'll sit down and give you the whole breakdown. Okay, man, listen, this is what you need to do and stuff, because these are some of the things that I ran into, some of the pitfalls I ran into when I started my business, right? So, that we were talking about on my live and stuff a couple weeks ago. We were talking about CPAs, right? We were talking about CPAs and everything. It's like a lot of people don't understand CPAs, and only thing you got to do is just take your $200-300 and go to a CPA. The CPA, they aren't doing anything right now. They're just doing quarterly taxes. They're doing quarterly taxes and stuff, which really ain't nothing. It's just, drivers, they coming in and stuff, dropping receipts off and stuff, and then they putting them on spreadsheets. They send them on spreadsheets and stuff like that. So, a lot of them offices are closed, or if they are open and stuff, man, they come in at 7, they usually out there by noon. So, it's a good time to begin with a seat. If you want to get an understanding of tax laws and stuff like that, give a CPA about $300, give them about $200-$300, and give them about 4 hours of your time right there. And they'll get you caught up with every single tax code law out there. What kind of programming they use and so on and so forth and stuff. But people don't do that. They want to take that $200 or $300 and stuff and go over here and they want to toss it up in some strip club or something like that. But when it comes to trying to when they talk about investing in self, right? Trying to invest in self, because a lot of time knowledge costs money. You want to get these books, research material and stuff like that. Everything ain't always free. Everything ain't always accessible. But if you got the money and stuff, you like, well, all right, I got a couple $100 and stuff to spare, right? But that $100 that you invested in yourself is going to save you thousands of dollars down the road. You take a little bit of money and a little bit of time and get with people and stuff, man. Not the flashy people now. Not these flashy ones that are up here every time you see them. They in Lamborghinis and Porsches and all that stuff there. See, they ain't really got time. They ain't got time. See, all that stuff there. See, they working hard and stuff just to maintain that. But I'm talking about the modest ones. The modest ones, the ones that ain't flashy, the ones that wear normal clothes and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. It ain't nothing. There's nothing wrong with having nice stuff in life. Nothing wrong with it. There is something wrong, however, when you're projecting these things out here and stuff to say, well, this is the say all and be all of success, right? You always see me and stuff. I'm always posed up with the freshest clothes, and I'm in the car, and I'm in the house, and all that stuff there. They're at work trying to project that to the people and say, well, this is why you should listen to me, because I'm around all this nice stuff. And you're going to be fixated on all the nice stuff. But they ain't giving you no information. They're just giving you a bunch of ideas, a bunch of concepts, a bunch of ideologies. But they ain't breaking down into the one-on-ones. So, that's the thing there, man. If you have to go to a mega carrier, if you have to be retrained, go and get that training. Go and get that training. Just don't get comfortable with it. Okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get this training. I'm going to get in this truck. I'm going to learn this truck. I'm going to learn the ins and outs and stuff of this truck. I got the money, right? So you can set that money to the side right now. So when you ever decide that you have to go into it to make your decision about what you're going to get, you can go in with confidence. Don't go in guessing, right? Okay, I guess I better go over here and get this truck, or go over and get, because this truck right here is at a good price or whatever. Don't do that, because now you got the truck. Now your business is restricted to whatever the truck can do, instead of whatever you can get set up. Because what you can get set up, that's what's going to determine what kind of equipment you need to get. Like, well, look, I don't even mess with no used stuff. Look like I'm gonna be real busy, and so I'm gonna be real busy. I better go on here and just get me a brand new truck right now and stuff, and work something out in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make the money. It's not about the ownership. It's about how much money you can make with this tool. So you get the tool. All right, you keep the truck for about 2 years. You understand, in your business is giving you the opportunity to grow and expand. So you're talking about growing and expanding. You got to get other people's stuff with you. So you got those same accounts or whatever. So you can't be going over here getting used trucks. I want people to work for me. I want them to have the confidence to know that me, as the boss man, got their back. I got their best interest, right? As I begin to expand my business. So you're putting value in yourself. I need to go and get me some new trucks. I got the new trucks in there and stuff, and then you let them know, hey, listen, this how I want my stuff kept. This how I want it ran. Because, you know, if my equipment is running up to date like that and everything, you know, I took the time to go over here and get this new stuff. So it's about productivity and efficiency. You know, because these are the type of accounts and stuff that I need. You know, they require on time. They require on time. Every time they calling you, they saying, man, hey dude, listen, man, you my man. Every time I call you and stuff, man, you always on point and stuff, right? Because you got, you know, because you understand the business. Your trucks and stuff are on point. They ain't never breaking down. Every time I call, you ain't got no excuses. You like, man, hey, I'm on it. What you need, I'm on it. I ain't giving you no excuses. I'm giving you results every single time. So then when them contracts start coming up, hey, listen, man, because of what you've been doing, you know, I was able to expand. I want you to expand with me. I want you to be my primary transportation provider. Here are these contracts. You done went from 5 to 50. You got the contracts and stuff. The man that gave you the money. You know, you knew that you was going to expand and stuff, and you knew that time was coming. So like, all right, you need 50 trucks and stuff. So you go over there and holler at the person that you bought them new trucks from. Hey, listen, I know I got 5 from you, but man, look, I got this new contract. I need 50 trucks. Your everything and stuff is on point. They looking, they like, man, 50 trucks. Okay, that means you know, that operation center looking like, man, look, if you get a certain amount of trucks over here in this area, they're gonna be building a shop. They building a shop. That means more employees coming in there and stuff to service your equipment. You got those guaranteed contracts and stuff. So as your trucks come in, right, they getting everything fixed and up to par and stuff to send you out the door so you can go out there and service your customers. Because every time they call you, you the on point man. So not only do you have quality, which allowed you to grow and expand, but you also have the quantity with the quality. Meaning that anybody that tries to come in and try to get those contracts to undercut you, they're like, can you do what this man right here doing? Because I understand this is the money that I'm paying and stuff, right? But hey, look, he ain't over here because you got 50 trucks and stuff full of, and out of 50 trucks and stuff, you just got 10 good drivers. You got 50 trucks and you got 75 good employees and stuff. You got 50 drivers and then you got 25 sitting at the ready. They sitting at the ready and stuff, man. I got 25 on the waiting list and stuff. Like, you know, hey, if he talking about expanding again and stuff, okay, I need to go over here and put an order in for 25 more trucks. Because they know you the man. You got consistency. You got consistency because of your efficiency, because you wanted a well-oiled machine, a well-refined machine. You weeding out all the riff-raff and stuff. You getting them out of there. You know, that's how that operation and stuff work and stuff, man. When they call on you, you that dude. And can't nobody come in and underbid you. Yeah, you could probably get underbidded, but are you gonna have that same quality? Is these people that's coming in, are they gonna have that same quality? No, when they cutthroat you, that mean they cutting corners. So let's just say you lose the contract, right? Let's just say you lose that contract and stuff. He'll be back. He'll be back because, you know, anything in life and stuff, you already know, man. Hey, those things that treat you good, when you let it go, oh, it's, man, when you get it back, it ain't never the same. The conditions are gonna be totally different. The conditions gonna be totally different. Like, hey, man, listen, in order for me to work for you now and stuff, I need a lifetime contract. I need a lifetime contract. That mean ain't no more negotiating and stuff, man. That is your bid. That is your bid and stuff, man. Just like, you know, a lot of these mega carriers, they got a lot of these they got a lot of these contracts now, like Schneider. You know, Schneider is the primary transportation provider for Harley Davidson. They the primary they got lifetime contract with them guys. Lifetime contract. That means nobody can come in and underbid. In order to do a load for Harley Davidson, you're going to have to talk to Schneider. That's what it means. These guys, when they sit out here and start brokering them loads and stuff, them lifetime contracts. I mean, man, yeah, You can go over there, you can talk to them and stuff, but man, as far as like getting anything moved, you gotta talk to the trucking company. And that's why everybody was trying to bank on Amazon. That's why everybody was trying to bank on Amazon. They're like, man, Amazon is the biggest online retail carrier, retail company in the world. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna need a transportation provider. They in the development stages right now. They're like, well, okay, what will be more efficient for us to run? Us having our own trucks or getting the own operators to do the freight? So they bought both of them and saying, okay, whichever one and stuff is going to be more efficient for the company is the route that we going to go. But we ain't guaranteeing nobody nothing. So when those trucks, so they decide to say, well, the own operators are the way to go. They're going to take all them company trucks and stuff and sell them and say, okay, well, you want to haul freight for us and stuff, man, you're going to have to get with whoever got the contract. We're just a retail business and stuff. That's it. We're just a retail business. I talked with a broker that has a flower account, but in order to get the freight, you need 3 trucks, and it's a 2-year contract. Yeah, you run into issues and stuff. You run into stuff like that, right? Where you can't be a one-man show. You can't be a one-man show and stuff, right? Cause the amount of freight that they pushing out of there and stuff, they about efficiency. And so in order to be efficient with that customer, they saying, well, look, I can't be messing with this own operating stuff with this 1 truck and 1 trailer. I want you to have at least 3 trucks, right? So when I talk to you, then I'm getting 3 loads and stuff moved instead of, okay, 1 truck, 1 own operator. I'll go over here. Now you got 50 and 60 different own operators and stuff in there. That means you got 50 and 60 different personalities that you got to deal with. So I'd rather have this contract with 3 and say, all right, you the head of it. So you and your other 2 drivers and stuff, right? I just got 1 personality I got to deal with, but I'm getting 3 loads and stuff done. So that's for efficiency. So they ain't got to be sitting there talking to a whole bunch of people, cutting a whole bunch of checks and all the other stuff there. Now, if they can't get that, then yeah, they'll consider you being a 1 truck, 1 trailer operation. But that's only, but they're going to be propositioning you and stuff and saying, well, hey man, listen, how you like it? Because dude, I can get you 2 more. I can get you 2 more, you get me 2 more trucks, right? You get me 2 more trucks and stuff, man, I can get you locked down those contracts and stuff. They'll be yours. They'll be yours and stuff, man. You thought about expanding? You thought about expanding stuff, man? Look, hey, dude, come on, man. You know this thing and stuff like the back of your hand. You ever thought about getting another truck? Hey, Mr. Turner, you ain't missed nothing. This is the question and answer segment of the live feed. So, you got any questions or whatever stuff, fire away, and I'll go ahead and answer as much as possible. Getting back to let's see, live now, be free. I hope they answered that question stuff. Wait a minute, hold up. You see, I drove for 1 year, got a 2016. I can still drive, just not recent experience. Okay, so yeah, the thing is and stuff about trucking is. The thing about trucking and stuff, man, is that when you in it, you in it, right? But if you get out of it, doesn't matter, man. You can been driving truck 20 years. You take a break for 6 months and stuff, man. They're like, well, dude, we got to get you caught up to speed. And given that a lot of things change out of here in this short amount of time, some of the policy might change and stuff. Some of the areas of running and stuff might change. So, they gotta get a feeling and stuff, right? Because they putting a lot on the line, right? They putting a lot on the line and stuff, man. If you got your own business and you saying, okay, I trust this person to take this $100,000 piece of equipment up and down the highway and not have to worry about if he gonna run into a car or run the truck in some ditch and stuff or kill somebody, That's the thing that they have to worry about constantly, and we see it every day and stuff. Somebody done went to sleep behind the wheel. Somebody done went to sleep behind the wheel, done ran some folk off the road. Done killed themselves or killed a whole bunch of people. And that's not the whole premise, but these things happen. These things happen and stuff, man. There's a lot of distractions out here and stuff. People are not, when it's time to sleep, they're not sleeping. They up there playing their PlayStation and Xbox and stuff, when it's time to be resting. And then, okay, yeah, I'm good with 30 minutes of rest. And then you going down the highway and stuff trying to be super trucker, and now you don't went, just that quick you don't went to sleep. It's a lot of distraction out here now, It used to be, you jump online, and stuff, man. You can, just like this live feed right here. I got almost an hour in just talking about trucking. So, people are entertained. People are entertained and stuff. You get on Netflix and, you're doing Netflix thing and stuff like that. And you binging, watching your show when you're supposed to be resting, And now it's time to get up and go to work. And stuff, man. And, you feel, oh, man, shoot, I can handle it. And next thing you know, you done passed out behind the wheel and stuff like that. Done went to sleep. Woke up and stuff, man, and and now the worst done happened. And that's what you got to deal with. That's what you got to deal with and stuff, man. There's a lot of distraction out here. You can get a 63-inch TV and stuff in your truck now. 63-inch TV, Geo surround sound. Up there talking to your girlfriend or your wife or whatever and stuff like that, with those insecurity issues and stuff, because they think you out there they got to be watching you all the time, and it gets tiresome. And now you go to work, okay, yeah, I'll leave you alone, let you drive your truck, and now you done drove the truck in the ditch. So yeah, unfortunately, you gotta get that experience, man. I mean, would you suggest buying an old trailer 2005, 2007, or spend $20K on a 2011, 2012 on a newer trailer? Okay, all right, same thing like I was speaking about earlier. Before you buy a trailer or a truck, then it needs to be understood what kind of business are you going to be doing. Because your business is what's going to determine what kind of truck or trailer you can go out there and buy, right? The customer base that you're going to be serving, what's going to be their requirements, what's going to be their requirement. Because some people suggest that you have new equipment and stuff as opposed to older stuff, right? What kind of freight are you going to be running? How much is it going to weigh? Where is it going? Those things there and stuff. How consistently are you going to be running it? How consistently are you going to be running it? You take those factors in and stuff like that. You do your assessment, and that's what determines what type of equipment that you go out there and purchase. Your business determines what kind of equipment you go out there and stuff and buy. Not how much money you have. How much business. It's always the business. Because it ain't gonna do you no good and stuff if you go out there and buy they out here buying dry vans and stuff, and you might see a dry van and stuff at a good deal. He might be selling it for $4,000. The trailer is let's see, what was 2021, so the trailer might be a 2010. It might be a 2010 and stuff. It might be a 2009, and then this customer say, listen, the trailer has to be 10 years or newer. It has to be 10 years or newer. You done bought the trailer. Now you restricted. Well, I can only find customers and stuff, man. That I can haul freight for and stuff. They're not looking at these requirements and stuff. As opposed, that person that requires you to have a newer type of equipment might be giving you the person that's giving you new that requires a higher model of equipment and stuff is giving you consistent freight. They're like, man, listen, dude, I'm giving you 5 loads a week. I'm giving you 5 loads a week. And so those 5 loads, you get there, you start adding up that money and saying, well, okay, yeah, if the freight is consistent, and stuff, and it's there, and this type of money I'm going to make, then it's best for me to go over here and get this newer equipment. It's best to go over here and get this newer equipment and be done with it. But, you know, if you get with a customer and then let's just say they don't mind the year and model of your equipment, and the freight, again, if it's still consistent and the freight might be light, the freight might be real light and stuff, so it's not putting a lot of wear and tear and stuff on your equipment, and you saying, well, okay, I'll get the old equipment and you know, I'll get the old equipment and I'll make sure that everything and stuff is up to par, you know, the infrastructure of the equipment is still good, but I don't have to worry about, you know, the people that's going in and out the trailer tearing it up and all that stuff there, you know. Then you can say, yeah, I'll get me an old equipment. Yeah, I'll get something older. But, you know, you're getting something older not for the sake of saving money, but, you know, you're getting something, well, yeah, eventually you save money, but, you know, you're saying, well, I got it at a good price. I got the money to take care of it. And the freight that I'm going to be hauling and stuff is going to be consistent, and nobody's going to be questioning me about the year of the, it's not going to be questioning me about the year of the trailer. So you take all those variables in and stuff like that, then, you know, it's okay. But again, your business is what determines what type of truck and what type of trailer that you need to purchase. Do not buy a truck and a trailer first, and you don't even have no clue as to what kind of business you're going to be in. Because if you got the truck first, if you get the equipment first, then you are restricted right off the cuff. You're restricted right off the cuff as to what kind of customers you're going to serve. You don't need that. You don't need that. Because the people that may be giving you the business, they may require new equipment and stuff, but again, they're showing you the numbers and saying, man, listen, you will be running consistent enough to where if you get that new equipment, you ain't got to worry about no repo man coming in and taking it, because the money is going to be there. The money's going to be there. The work is going to be there. The question is, are you going to give me the quality? Are you going to give me the quality amount of work to service me and my business? Can I count on you to do the job? Let's see, dry van, general freight, spot market, southeast. Okay, like I said, you know, if that's the section that you want to operate in and stuff, then, you know, get familiar with the areas, get familiar with the people and stuff that's in there, begin to network, find out what the general rates and stuff are, see if you can get any contracts lined up. If you have to go on the spot market, is the spot market going to be consistent? Is it going to be consistent enough for you to stay over there in that area? What if the freight takes you out of, if it somehow takes you out of the area? Are there going to be any kind of connectors to get you back? Those variables right there and stuff, you got to take that in consideration. Don't just restrict yourself and stuff to one area. Expand and stuff, man. See what things and stuff are out there available, because, you know, you never know and stuff, right? You may have to expand out, but if you can land that contract and it's yours and you can get it consistently, then isn't that what the business is all about? Making the money, running consistently, and being able to, you know, you can still operate in the confines of what you got set up. I can run this for a certain amount of time. If I want to shut down, then I can do this, and, you know, nothing, you know, it's not going to put anything and stuff at risk. You may have to go outside your zone. You know, you might live, like I said, I live in North Carolina, but, you know, I mainly run the Northeast and stuff, you know, so I'm up here in Maine. I probably go down as far as New Jersey and Pennsylvania, then I'm going right back up here and stuff, right? So that's my little lane there. So I don't get freight to take me by the house and stuff, but when I want to go home and stuff, then I finally get me a load and take me to the house, and that's how I do things. But, you know, I understand that my premise is that I got to have a certain amount of income and stuff every week. And the consistency comes from up here and stuff where I am. It doesn't mean I'm not looking, right? I'm not looking at stuff, but this market up here and stuff is consistent enough and stuff for me. And it's giving me and stuff what I need. That's why you see me up here all the time and stuff, Are there any more questions? Because, like I said, it's funny, right? It's funny, here it is. I'm setting up a Q&A. I'm setting up a Q&A and stuff, but I'm being accused. And stuff of not answering the questions that are up here, that's being presented on the in the chat room. And I believe I answered everyone's question. But if you got any more stuff, this is the time right here. You getting the free stuff, and just like I said, the free stuff, you got to make the time for it. But a lot of people don't have the time. Oh, I ain't got the time to do this. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna start charging this stuff, right? Oh man, now I can't afford it. And stuff. You know what that leads to? Excuses. That means they're gonna have excuses every single time something comes up. Oh man, I ain't got the time for that. Then you got the time for it, but you can't afford it. Oh man, shoot, they charging too much money. They charging too much money and stuff, man. I can't do that. I ain't got no money for that. In order to improve oneself, man, you got to have time, energy, and resource. Would you suggest getting an in-frame from dealer 15K with nationwide warranty, or a good shop for less money? Okay, all right. In-frame work. Now, if you're on that level right there and stuff, dealing with an in-frame, if you're dealing with the in-frame and stuff, if you decide you gotta always get feelers and stuff. See what the dealership is offering. See what the good shop is offering. Okay. See what the dealership is offering. See what the good shop is offering. Okay. So they got different types of end frames and stuff like that. Like, well, the dealership and stuff, they might be running a special saying, man, look, complete end frame. They complete end frame and stuff with injectors. They might throw injectors in and stuff, right? They might, okay, what you look at the itinerary, you talk to them, okay, what comes with this end frame? What comes with the end frame and stuff? And then you go over there and stuff and talk to the good shop. Hey man, listen, I'm thinking about doing the end frame and stuff. All right, if I get the end frame, what is it gonna come with? All right, I'm gonna get this, and this, and then you do a comparative and say, all right, so that's one thing and stuff. Then the next thing is gonna be the time. Time versus money. Okay, how long? If I take my truck to this shop, what's going to be the turnaround over here versus that good shop? That turnaround and stuff there, because the dealership might be charging you $15K and stuff, right? But they saying you bring your truck in, you bring your truck in on a Monday, and you picking your truck up Friday morning, right? You drop your truck off Monday, Friday morning, we're going to have your truck ready, $15K. You go over here to the good shop might say, I might do it for you for $8,000. I might do it for you for $8,000. But the thing is, I'm bagged up. I'm bagged up another 3 weeks. I'm bagged up 3 weeks and stuff, right? So, yeah, I'm bagged up 3 weeks and stuff, and I'm gonna need you to leave the truck here. Because if I get any kind of openings and stuff, right, then I'm gonna need your truck here so I can go ahead and go to work on it. Okay, so now you got to start looking at it. All right, I go to the dealership. I paid $15,000. I paid $15,000 and stuff, and I got I dropped my truck off on Monday, got it back Friday. I got it back Friday and stuff. Again, nationwide warranty on this stuff. And then 3 weeks later and stuff, you made your money back, right? You made that 15K back. Okay? You go over here to the good shop. You go over here to the good shop and stuff. He's saying, man, all right, you got to leave your truck in and stuff. It may take them 3 weeks. It may not. You pay $8,000 and stuff like that. So the thing is, are you willing to say, can I part with my business long enough? Can I part with the business long enough to say, yeah, I'm saving over here, but I'm gonna be out of work and stuff for 3 weeks. So this is the time to be saying, well, hey, listen, I was already talking about going on vacation, right? I was already talking about going on vacation, and so my vacation time is gonna be for 3 weeks anyway. So it's getting around that time. All right, you're knocking 2 birds out with 1 stone. Instead of being on vacation and your truck just sitting, you're getting your truck and stuff worked on as you're going out there and taking care of things and stuff like that. So, you weigh up the pros and cons and decide which way is going to be more efficient for you as it pertains to your overall business. And that's the way you go. But the most important thing and stuff, man, is to look and see who's offering what when they're talking about doing the end frame. Okay, are there any kind of hidden costs or hidden fees and stuff like that? When you're talking about giving me a nationwide warranty, okay, nationwide warranty and stuff. Do I have to worry about things like the let's just say, like with a lot of warranties, they say if the small component destroys the large component, then you got to pay. Then it voids the warranty. Or is everything going to be covered? Small component and big component. Is all that going to be covered? So, that's where I'm saying, you see what's offered. You understand the warranty and stuff. And then, that right there can play into, okay, well, I might need to lean over here versus over here. Make sure you weigh up all your options, but don't be looking at the price alone. Don't be looking at the price alone and let the price be the deciding factor, because there's always some underlying thing, that's something that's not being said, right, that needs to be asked, because it's not going to be obvious. Make sure you ask all the questions. You got to be very thorough, just like what I'm describing right now and stuff. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit redundant, but I got to beat the issue home and stuff. Is that I got to hammer it home and stuff, man. So that you just make sure no rock and stuff is left unturned. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. What if you don't have any relationship with shippers? How do you get their attention? Okay. You get their attention and stuff first, because you're starting off as a young Padawan. You're starting off as a young Padawan and stuff. You don't have any experience and stuff. So what you have to do is, like anything else and stuff, you have to begin to network. Just like how you found me on social media, right? I didn't find you, DL. I didn't say, hey, DL, come on over here and stuff, and let me teach you about the trucking industry. What you did your due diligence. You went up here on YouTube. And stuff. As you began to do your research, it led you here. So when trying to secure a customer, it's the same thing. You got to go in there. You got to start to get to know people. And stuff. And so as you begin to know people, they're going to start pointing you in the direction of the people that you need to talk to. And eventually, you'll get to the right person. As you begin to talk to them, you just got to make sure that you have a plan. You got to make sure that your strategy and stuff is set up. You want them as a customer. So when you get the opportunity to talk to them, right, it's a little bit of an interview. Hey, my name is DL. This is the type of operation that I run. I'm usually over here at this time right here and stuff. These are the areas and stuff that I cover. I run your loads and stuff, and I see that you use this brokering agency and stuff like that. But I'm always doing the loads and stuff through this broker. And I was thinking maybe we can do something. We can cut out the middleman and stuff, and I can do things and stuff for you directly, right? I already know what customer and stuff that you serve and stuff like that. So, you don't have to use this broker no more and stuff, right? Because this is what I can offer you. This is the type of contract and stuff that I can offer you. This is the type of service that I can provide for you. We can knock out the middleman and stuff, and I'll be because what I want to do is to be your primary transportation provider. But right now we got to go through this broker, and I know sometimes that broker don't come through like he's supposed to. He don't come through like he's supposed to and stuff. But I live right up the street. I live right up the street here and stuff. Here's my number. I got this truck right here. I got a couple trailers. I got a couple trailers at the ready and stuff. And hey, look, you ready to do business? I'll bring my trailer on over here. I'll drop it off. You go ahead, load it up, make the phone call and stuff. I'll come on over here and run your freight wherever it needs to go. You don't have to be sitting there calling that broker agency and hoping somebody put a bid in and cover your load. You got somebody now. Me. But you gotta be ready as you network. You gotta be ready and stuff, man. So when you get the opportunity to talk to the person, you'll know exactly what to say, exactly what to do and stuff, and take care of the matter at hand. Computer Kid, let's see, how you doing? I'm doing all right. How you doing? But you got to get out. You got to get out there. You got to network. That's the key point. You got to network. Nobody's gonna find you. You're providing the service. And stuff, man. And so you got to get out. You got to get out there and stuff, man. That people need freight and stuff moved. People got to move freight and stuff, man. And you're providing the service and stuff. So you got to put yourself out there. Get yourself known with the people that you serve. Computer Kid, I'm not. That's not we doing a Q&A and stuff, man, on trucking. We're doing a Q&A on trucking and stuff. So, if you got any trucking questions and stuff, man, I'll be more than help. I'll be more than helpful and stuff, man, to answer your questions and stuff on that. But we stick to trucking over here. Yeah, man, you got a network. That's where everybody and stuff out here is doing, man. They're networking. The advantage that you have over most people is that you have all the tools necessary to do the job. See, when them suit and ties and stuff, when the suit and ties come over there, all they got is the promise that they're going to provide a service, right? But they are not going to be the ones overlooking the complete operation. This is where you come in and stuff and say, man, look, not only am I going to be moving the freight, but I'm going to be personally doing it for you. I'm going to be so understand, I got just as much to lose. I got just as much to lose and stuff, man, as you do. And see, that gives people a lot of confidence and stuff, man, when they know, okay, yeah, listen, I'm dealing with this guy, but man, he got the same thing to lose as me. God, he know you ain't gonna be messing around. You're gonna go out there, you're gonna get the job done. People that ain't got nothing to lose and stuff, hey, look, they load the stuff up on the truck, and then every time you turn around, they got some kind of excuse. Okay, hey, listen, I'm sorry that the freight didn't make it there at the time it was supposed to and stuff. We ran into this issue, and what it was, somebody overslept, or they didn't know how to get up. They stayed somewhere too long, stayed in a casino or wherever. And this man business, it's in order for him to stay relevant in business and stuff, man, they gotta he gotta make sure that them goods and services get to the place where they're supposed to. Legima, no, I don't know Legima. No, I don't know Legima and stuff. You say, dude, do you have an 18 wheeler? Yes, I have an 18 wheeler. Let's see. I'm thinking about buying one for my uncle from the Bahamas. Okay, well that's okay. Same rules apply and stuff. You know, I don't know the exact regulations out there and stuff in the Bahamas. I don't know the regulations and stuff that's out there and everything, but same rules apply. If you're thinking about buying a truck and stuff for your uncle, then, just get with your uncle, understand the type of business and stuff that he does. He's the mayor of a local city. Okay, well, well, then I will be getting with my uncle and see what kind of business and stuff that he does, and that will so he will evade the tax. Oh, so he will evade taxes. Well, again, I don't know what the tax codes are. I don't know what the tax codes are and stuff in the Bahamas. So, I don't know what the tax codes are and stuff. But if you're gonna buy your uncle a truck, then I will get with them and stuff. It don't need to be something that's a surprise. It's a business. That's very serious business and stuff. It's not like buying him a car or something like that. And say, get with him, see what kind of business he does and stuff. See if he even wants a truck. I got any mods in here? I got any mods in here? All right, fellas. So y'all got any y'all got any more questions? And listen, man. I mean, you're kind of in the chat room. The chat room doesn't get very large. It doesn't get very large and stuff. And so, the only reason why I'm not really doing it myself and stuff is because you're not really that much and stuff of a bother. You're not really hindering nothing, right? So I'll let it be what it's going to be and stuff, guys. When it gets played back, they're not even going to see it. So, I'm sorry that you don't have anything to do. All right, fellas. So y'all ain't got anything, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it on up. All right, fellas. So anyway, this is your man right here. We're gonna go ahead and conclude. We're gonna go ahead and conclude this edition of the Q&A. I hope that I answered everybody's question. Unfortunately and stuff, I guess some people kind of missed out, and that's fine. That's okay too. We're gonna see if we can do another Q&A. We're gonna see if we're gonna do another Q&A and stuff this week. Cause for the most part, I haven't been very busy and stuff like that. And like I said, nobody's reached out and stuff on, personally and stuff like that. But I mean, every now and again, I do get the occasional messaging and stuff about what's going on in the so-called trucking world and stuff like that. But unfortunately, like I said, it's that here in the trucking industry, a lot of people want to turn this into world star hip hop. They want to turn this into world star hip hop. It's like, and that's how you know that people really don't have any kind of information, because they resort to what they know or what they do the best, right? Which is cause drama. They cause distinction, they cause drama and stuff. But you gotta understand, that's for the sake of entertainment, right? So if you're entertained by it, then again, that's where you need to be. I don't want that crowd. I don't want that crowd. I never desired that crowd and stuff. When you come here, you're coming here with the intention, I hope, of getting your questions answered about the trucking industry. So, as you guys continue to do your own research, fact-finding studies, I hope that you keep that in mind, especially those and stuff that are trying to get their business off the ground, that, you do have time, energy, and resource. I just hope that you're putting it in the right place so that you can better oneself, right? Invest in self. It's the best thing that you can do. Invest in oneself. Look at your time, energy, and resource and see. Look at your time, energy, and resource and stuff, man, and see, see where you're putting it so that you can improve on oneself. And with that being said, go ahead and end on that note. So, till next time, gentlemen, this man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, one of the original Road Warlords, telling you as always, continue your research, fact-finding studies. Harness on your skills daily. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, peace out.